Voice for Spirit, Connie Rose here, guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm bringing you messages from your spirit team through the festive season. I find that with the big events like Christmas, like Easter, you know, those time of the year, your birthdays, anniversaries, spirit comes super close. And they come close for a few reasons. One, because they want to be part of the festive season, and also because they want you to realize how connected and how close and supportive they actually are. Okay, so Christmas and this time of year for a lot of us is hard. It's just something you don't want to deal with. But knowing that our spirit team come close might very well help us relight something within ourselves, within our heart space. Because we all know that when someone passes away, part of us dies with them. But I also know that it's our duty to live on, because when people pass, they don't have the emotions like we do here in the human world, you know, the sadness, the regret and all that type of thing. They just are feeling all the love and love watching us. So if we have past loved ones, don't we owe it to them to continue on and live our best lives? Because that's the messages that are filtering through the readings today. I'm going to do a star sign reading for each star sign, just a mini reading for this beautiful festive time, just to channel what Spirit wants you to know to help you through. Okay, so you're welcome just to jump into the description and click on your star sign if that's all you want to hear, or you can just sit back, grab a cup of tea, pause it, go get a cup of tea and come back, and you can listen to all the star signs and see what Spirit wants to share. If you would like a one-on-one personalized reading, also in my description, click on that, and I also offer readings and healings one-on-one and in person, and also EFT. I'm a tapping what am I? A tapping practitioner as well. EFT, emotional freedom technique. It's all energy. It's absolutely all energy. Okay, so let's get to it. Welcome back, guys, and let's see what Spirit has in store for us for this festive season. Let's start with our beautiful Aries, you fiery bunch, you. Now, this could suit if you are an Aries or if it's in your chart, okay? So let's just tune into what Spirit wants to say for you through this festive season. Oh, I feel very busy with you. I feel like I'm at capacity, actually. I feel like you've got so many important events, important dates that need to you need to show up for. And I also know that this may not be, you know, it's a general reading. It may not be you have to show up in person, but it could be things like direct debits coming out of your account, you know, some sort of contracts that you've signed that you've got to do your part. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure around actually showing up here. So not necessarily physically, but just financially or supporting someone. But there's, you know, I'm feeling like a little bit stretched you know, you're at capacity at this point. But I also know that you're very capable of doing this. And I feel like there's some downtime coming very soon, just around the corner. And I feel like you're just at the end of the busyness. So let's get some cards and see what Spirit wants to share with you, you beautiful Aries. Okay, whoop, this is it, and it is signs and celebration and healing. So this is very, very cool. So currently, Spirit's saying, don't miss the signs. They're giving you the songs. They're giving you the, you know, you're overhearing conversations. They're giving you feathers that are just dropping. It feels like some of you might be even doing a bit of a spring clean in the hectic. You know, might have friends or family coming over and you want to clean the house and that type of thing. And you're opening up, I want to say Pandora's box for some of you, but you're opening up, you know, boxes that have been closed for some time. And it could be even with Christmas decorations coming out. But it feels like I'm getting really sentimental over some pieces here, or some photos or some memorabilia, that type of thing. And Spirit's really coming close to let you know that you're very much protected through this time, because some of you aren't quite content in, you don't like being on show. You don't like people knowing how you truly feel. It's something you like to keep behind closed doors. But Spirit's showing you that they're here to support you to be a bit more honest with the way you're feeling. Because I feel like there is celebration in the air. 100% there is. And I feel like the celebration could be the cleansing part. It could be the fact that you're, finally going through those cupboards, finally going through, some of you may even well feel like it's time to move on with a past loved one's belongings. And that's a really big deal. Or some of you might be moving out of a home that you've been in for many years to go into a retirement village, or you're making a move. I feel like there's a big shift here, and I feel like it's quite significant. It could be to another job. It could be that you're moving offices. It could be that you're retiring. It could be that you're, becoming a parent for the first time. But I feel like there's something that's quite significant. And in this change, it's, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you're focusing on how scary this possibly could be, you'll really tap into the fear mentality, that type of thing. But if you can really allow Spirit to come close and help you through this time to realize there's so much to be celebrated, because you've gone through the darkness, and it feels like you're coming into a bit more of a fresh start. And for some of us, that's scary. That's scary as hell, because you don't know what to expect. But Spirit's here to say it's very much a celebration. You've worked really, really hard to get here. And finally, the card we have next is the healing. Because as you can see, what's really significant here is the beautiful fingers through the hair here. And I feel as though some of you may very well feel, your loved ones brushing your hair at times. Sometimes when I'm driving, I can feel that and I go, oh, what was that? And I know that that's happening to some of you. And I feel like it's a gentle stroke with some of you when you sleep as well. Just this gentle brow thing just to calm you down. And sometimes it might be nice that you actually physically do that to yourself, just to calm the nervous system, because you've come really, it's been very abrupt with where you're at now, but Spirit's very much here to let you know that they're celebrating this festive season with you. And I know it's hard. It's very busy. You're at capacity, but know you're going to get through it, because it feels like calmer waters coming. And that, my darling, is your reading from Spirit for the festive season for my beautiful Aries. Mwah. Okay, you gorgeous Taurus, you. The Taurus is the bull. And I feel as though you're actually a little bit more relaxed than usual, which is really odd, because when I feel around your energy, it feels like there's lots happening. But I feel like you're not getting swayed either way. You're not jumping into people's circuses. You're not really giving much entertainment to people's dramas. It's like you've surrendered. You've made peace with something or someone of late. You've either surrendered to a situation, or you've just gone, well, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about this. And there's this beautiful sense of peace that I get in your energy. And you know what? It's all perception, right? It's all perspective. And I feel like you've decided to see it from other people's point of view, come in with a bit more compassion and understanding, and just know when it's, when it's time to just switch off, not to say too much. It's interesting because you've done this, and if you haven't, you're about to, because it actually feels like uncharted waters, I won't lie. It feels like uncharted waters. So you've done something quite mature. You've taken a stand. You feel a little bit imbalanced, a little bit, because you're not sure which way it's going to pan out, a little bit apprehensive potentially, but Spirit wants to come close to say you've done the right thing, you've done the right move, and if you haven't, you know what you're about to do. This is very current, very current. We have forgiveness, we have music, and we have children. So you've allowed yourself in this scenario with what's going on at the moment. It feels as though you're really allowing yourself to know what part you played, know the fact that, Oh, such a fright. Give me a second. Someone just interrupted me. I'm back. So, you absolutely know the part that you've played, and it's like almost you're forgiving yourself. There's a whole self-healing thing going on here for you, but it's a lot of contemplation. You're not getting triggered, you're not getting pulled into other people's dramas, and it's like you're content. You're absolutely content, because say 12 months ago, if you were trying to stay calm, be, the calm in the storm, it would have been much more challenging. But there's a beautiful, peaceful surrender here. It's playful. It's actually playful. I feel like, I'm not sure, but I'm sort of like getting like a fumble when I want to dance. I was like got 2 left feet and I don't care. And I'm not saying you're a bad dancer. It's just like what I'm getting Spirit showing me. It's like, I don't care what I look like here. I'm just going to go on my terms now. And it's a real empowering time for you. I feel like you've got 2 feet, 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door. So you're still a little bit unsure, still a little bit imbalanced, but you're just moving forward. Music's very important to you. Yes, my dog's in the background. Music's very important to you. And listen out for the words in songs, because Spirit's really giving you hints as you go on this healing journey. And it's very playful, because we've got children as well. So I know that there's a playfulness coming out on you. And I don't think you're someone who usually would make a joke of things, but I do feel that now. That's what Spirit's really showing me, that you're happy to make a joke out of things, not inappropriately, but just to be like not as serious as usual. So Spirit's coming in to really lighten up things, And I know years ago, we were at my grandmother's funeral, and a friend of mine was there with me. Like, this was years ago, and his phone was on silent, and it rang. And it was almost like, from the spirit world, my grandma was just having a joke on us, because we're like, that couldn't have possibly happened, but it did. And I feel as though there'll be things going on around you also that, like, it doesn't make sense why that would be happening. You may very well be waking up at, say, 333 every night, or 444 every night, or whatever it might be, but there's a pattern. Or you might even have a thing where, I feel like it happened to me the other morning, like a bit of timeline jumping, some really weird stuff. Like, I woke up at, I think it was 5:30 in the morning, and then I got up and went to the toilet, got a drink, and then I slept for another hour or so, and then when I woke up, it was, of course, 5:30 in the morning still. Or again, don't know. But I feel like those sort of anomalies are happening within you and your universe. And it feels like it's just, opening you up to different thought patterns, different rounds, different ideas, different possibilities, adjacent possibilities. But it's all because you're not taking things too seriously for the first time in a long time, and you're just having a bit of play. Keep that up, because Spirit's really wanting you to play, bring out that inner child, speak with children, get their insights, and really just not be so serious, because the seriousness can really age people. And we want to play, and that's what Spirit wants to bring you for this festive season, for you, my darling, to be festive. And that is your reading for the festive season for our beautiful Taurus. Hello, Geminis. This is your general reading for the festive season. When I get in your energy, I feel a little bit, I don't know whether this is dizzy or a little bit disconnected. So I know Spirit's coming very close. So it feels as though you may have been working on your spirit connection, opening your heart, potentially praying, potentially, really bringing Spirit close through the intention of learning how to do it. Now, you know that we're all, physical beings, but, we're all human beings having a spiritual experience. Other way around. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. And there's a lot that's awakening within you currently. You're realizing that there's more to life. You're realizing that you don't have to be part of the matrix, so to speak. You're realizing that there's always an option. There's more choice. There's freedom. Because you're quite diligent in what you do. You're quite, to a degree, obedient. And when I say obedient, it's like you just don't want the drama. You can't be bothered. You're just like, yep, no worries, just do it, right? But there's an aspect to you that's igniting. There's an aspect to you that's realizing that this is more than just getting up and going to work. This is more than just, doing things with your life that you don't necessarily want to do. I feel like some of you are considering backpacking, getting an old combi van and hitting the road, like really getting to nature and just seeing big open fields and beautiful mountain tops and that type of stuff. I really see beautiful scenery around you. And I know Spirit's really guiding you to take that leap of faith and realize things don't have to be the same. And we all know the definition of insanity here, doing the same things all the time and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity, right? So we want to start changing it up, and Spirit's coming in with the confidence and the guidance and the right people for some of you to connect with. So some of you might be taking something on the road, whether it be your business, whether you're going online and broadening your marketing horizon if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a small business owner or something like that. But it feels as though whatever this is, it's expansion, absolute expansion with your spirit connection, with your skill set, your spiritual development, your personal growth. But you're realizing that everything up until now has, there's been a place for it, don't get me wrong, but it's not matching your frequency anymore. Let's get some cards for you. We've got listening, and this is you, because you're hearing so much more. You can read between the lines and see things. They aren't, time is an illusion. Everything's just whatever you believe. You can absolutely change your belief system. Answered prayers. You've been praying for this. You've been asking for this. You've been asking for the changes, like, whether you pray to God or Buddha or the universe or spirit, whatever you do, you've been communicating and they've been giving you the answers. And now it's up to you to really listen to them and receive the answers, okay? And your final card is the balance. Because when I first went into your energy, I was a little bit, is this dizziness or is this, spirit connection? And it's getting the balance of being the spiritual in the physical and being the physical with the spiritual. So it's actually the both of them. You can't be just one or the other. You have to be both of them. So we're having this human experience, but we need the aspect of spirituality. And you can't just dive right into spirituality and just ignore the physical. Because trust me, I've done that before and it doesn't work. It disconnects me with people that I absolutely love. And it can take you into a realm that needs to be grounded at times. So those, my darlings, is your messages for the festive season from Spirit. And that is for my beautiful Geminis. All right, Cancerians, you beautiful crabs, you. I just want to tune in with you for a second because I feel as though you're a little bit inaccessible in this energy. It's almost like you're in your own little safe cocoon, your safe bubble, and you just don't want to really partake at the moment. And it's not that you... this might be just a bit of a coping mechanism, actually, that I'm getting here for you. A little bit of coping mechanism. Let's see what's going on, why Spirit wants to come close to you right now and help you through this festive season. All right. The first card we get for you is Intention. The second card we get is Truth and Integrity. And the third card is Self-Acceptance. This is a very big self-healing for you this Christmas. It feels almost like through this time of year, There's traditions, there's old ways, there's, you know, certain ways things should be. And I feel like I want to either, the traditions haven't been upheld for some time, and it's time that we start doing them again or renewing them, if that's a thing. And I feel as though the intention, it's like, you know, have a good time, everybody. Make sure everybody's having a good time. But Spirit wants to come close to you and really ask, what is it that you want for Christmas? What is it that you want for Christmas? Is it the peace and quiet? Because it feels as though this cocoon that you've wrapped yourself up in is quite protecting. But I feel as though it could potentially lead you to a little bit of isolation. So is it that what you actually truly desire? Because, you know, with that intention, that's what you will receive. Is it more people noticing you? Do you want people to, you know, nurture you? Is it that you want people to get around you or leave you alone? Like, you know, is it that you want to do a bit of a Kris Kringle? Is it that you just want no one to speak of Christmas at all? Like, it needs to get clear here, because I feel as though there's a little bit of roboticness here. It feels like you're in robot mode. You're getting things done. I'm not saying you've just stopped completely. You're very efficient, actually. But it's more like you're feeling a little bit disconnected and you're not sure what to do here. So Spirit's coming in really close to you to let you know that it's time that you get clear with what you truly want. Now, it's interesting. Me personally, perimenopause recently, I'm literally having a hot flush right now. I'm getting a little bit red in the face and I can feel it coming on. Now, what I've done recently is I've sat in letting my body do what it's doing currently. It's almost like I'm curious to see what it will do, right? And I'm sure there's plenty of natural and alternate therapies that I do. Don't you worry. And I know that when I've had enough of it, I'll just ease it. I know that. I don't have a doubt in my mind. But for now, it's almost like I'm experiencing it. It's new, it's different, red, hot flush, sweaty, and it's interesting. Now, I've also put 2 and 2 together, because when I get a hot flush, it's when I'm talking about something that either aggravates me, I want to ignore, or it's uncomfortable. And as I'm tuning into you guys, I'm feeling this irritability. Like, it's, yeah, fair enough, give me an intention, but what is it? And it's almost like I'm unclear with what it is that I truly want. So just be very mindful with getting clear with what you want, because it is uncomfortable, you know, but you can sit back and just watch the new, you know, you can watch what might happen here. You might get hot and flustered, and you might just go, okay, well, you know, I'm just going to let whatever happens happen, because it's like you want, it just feels as though there's old traditions that are coming alive again, because we're reinvigorating them. And it's truth. You know, be honest with yourself. When you know, if you don't want the fast, then don't have it, but be true. Don't just try to avoid it without letting, you know, yourself speak it, because there's self-acceptance here. You don't have to feel guilty if you don't want to connect. You don't have to feel guilty if you just want some love and affection. You've got to get clear with your intentions and what you want. The festive season is here. Your spirit team is coming so close to help you with the strength to use those words. And you may not want to voice it to someone in particular, but let it come up and out of your body. Say it to yourself in the mirror, but say it. Get it out, because it's all healing. It's a beautiful time, because I can see that when you realize what it is that you truly desire and you get clear with it, it will come, like, you're very good at manifesting it. It will just come so quickly. So very clear with what you want, because it's coming, my darling. And that is your festive reading for the beautiful Cancerians. Leos, the lions. Oh gosh, straight away with you, I want to run. Now, where are we running to, guys? I feel like I want to just run. Now, I don't know if I'm running away or I'm running toward, but I know I want to do it very, very quickly. And it feels as though, actually, I don't know. Let's get some cards, because I want to get a bit more information about where we're running toward here. We've got surrender and release, friendship, and study. Interesting. Okay. So it feels as though with you, have a look at that surrender and release card. Look how close she's holding this beautiful urn. It's interesting though, because it's leaking. You're holding it so close, but it feels as though it's leaking, which makes me feel into this a little bit more and tune into spirit. And it's like when you hold something so tight, it can break. And it's time that spirit wants to come in and say, it's okay. It's okay for you to just loosen the grip a little. Loosen the grip a little. I'm also seeing, like, you know, hands going through the sand and sand falling through the hands. So it feels as though you've got this energy around you that you're scared you're going to miss out on something. There's something you're going to miss out on if you don't run fast. You're either going to run toward it or you're going to run away from it. Now, when you run toward it, it's like, you know, you really want it. You got to grab it and there's an urgency. But if you run away from it, it's like you feel as though you're not worthy. You're not worthy. So what is it? Do you want it or not? Okay? Because this is what's happening. Now, all you need to do is make a decision. Yes, you want it, and then let it go. But know that you want it. Or, no, it's not for me, and be okay with it and let it go. Because it doesn't matter either way when you just let it go. All right? Because when you hold too tight, it can break. The next card you get is friendship. So this may very well be about a relationship, I would suggest. And it's somebody here that you find, and it doesn't matter if it's a romantic relationship or a family or anything, but it's someone that you consider a friend. And when you have someone that you consider a friend, you hold them in high regard. You want them around. So it may very well be a topic that you don't want to discuss. You're running toward it or you're running away from it. You're running toward it, you want to, you know, work through it, or you want to run away from it and just ignore it. So they're your options, okay? Now, it feels as though, and I don't know why, but I'm just seeing that we're reading some documentation here. So this could be in a letter. It could be, you know, in a text message. It could be something. And if you see the two little cherubs here, they've got the information. And the person right in the middle is sort of just, you know, pondering and listening. So it's almost like could possibly be Chinese whispers. It might feel as though you don't have enough information here as well. So you may be feeling something or knowing something, but I feel like there's a middle person. I feel like there might be a bit of a breakdown in communication here. The next card we get is studies. So I feel as though whatever situation here that you're either deciding to run toward or run away from, there needs to be more information. I don't feel as though you've got enough. Because at first I'm going, you know, make the decision. But I feel as though if you wait for a moment, just a moment, and I feel like there is an urgency to either run or hide, but you're running. I feel that straight away. It was the first thing I got. But if you just wait a moment, I feel as though there'll be more information, evidence, that will come to light, okay? And I see the rainbow here. So I know that there's a beautiful outcome here because the sun is just coming up and the rainbow, and we all know the rainbow, it comes out after the rain, okay? So know that you're sort of in a place now where you decide you've got more pull on this situation than you realize, okay? So just make the decision. Are you running toward it? Or are you running away from it? And the moment you make that decision, let it be. You will receive more information and the rainbow and the sun will still come out. And that, my darling, is what Spirit's going to help you with through this festive season to bring more love and joy to you. And that is your reading for the beautiful Leos. Okay, you beautiful Virgos. A lot of Virgos are perfectionists. A lot of Virgos like things a certain way. A lot of Virgos will say, get out of the way, I'll do it myself. and they want the support, but it's just better that they do it themselves because they have a certain way of doing it. Now, I feel as though Spirit's coming close to put up your beautiful decorations for Christmas, or just as, you know, you might have hung a new mirror or something, and it's sort of like you put it up there and you sort of look and you go, no. And you've got this beautiful way of seeing that. That mirror might, you know, just need to be shifted a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left just to have that exact, you know, symmetry. The exact symmetry. You've got that eye. So I know currently that you've got this, your eye on on something or someone, because you can see a flaw in a situation, whether it be someone, something, a relationship, a situation, or something like that. And Spirit's coming in to help you through this. Let's get some cards and see what this means. We've got some harmony. Beautiful. We've got the playfulness, and we've got the divine guidance. So I know Spirit wants you to realize that it's okay. There's flaws in everything. There's flaws in everything. And there's flaws in everything. And it brings the harmony. So there's light in the dark, there's dark in the light. But there's a yin-yang here. I feel like some of you might have even have this as a tattoo. I feel like it's more of a tattoo than a wall hanging or something like that. It's a yin-yang. And it brings in the, you know, Spirit's helping you bring the feminine into the masculine into the feminine, and a lot more balance in your world, especially through the festive season. So if you're someone who hangs out with all the boys all the time or all the girls all the time, I feel like there's going to be quite a blend that's coming through. Now, it doesn't have to be a certain way. Isn't it interesting? And I don't even know why Spirit's giving me this, but isn't it interesting that most times, when there's a gathering of multiple people, eventually you find the males go to one side and the females to the other. It's just something that tends to happen a lot. I'm not saying all the time, but a lot. And I know Spirit's bringing that to my attention while I'm channeling and giving you beautiful Virgos this reading. And I know it's very important to have time in the energy where you're most comfortable. And there's no flaw in that. So some males prefer females' company, some females prefer males' company. So Spirit's coming in to bring some love and attention in this space of you feeling a little extra fragile, potentially, in the company that you keep. And it's not gender specific, but that's the examples that Spirit is showing me. But it's time not to worry too much about if it's all the boys or if it's all the girls. And it's just time simply to play. To not to focus on the way things should be. Because you like things a certain way. You like to be boisterous with those people. You like to be playful with those people. You like to be gentle with those people. But it's time just to be you, no matter who you're around, because you're quite the chameleon. So you can absolutely blend into the scenario of the people, the energy of the people. But in saying that, you can always lead the energy of a room. You can change your energy and people will follow you as well. So you can swing either way. And Spirit wants to come in to say, this festive season especially, it's time not to worry too much about the way things should be, who should be there, what day things should be done by. It's more so that you let yourself feel at ease and flow through this festive season, because you work really hard and it's time for you to just take a moment to catch your breath without having to do it a certain way. Because it's going to be divinely guided and already is, otherwise you wouldn't be here listening to this right now. because Spirit's really showing you, look out for some really bright stars. I feel like shooting stars will play a big part in this festive season for you too. And it's Spirit's communication to let you know that they're there. Let you know that you're doing exactly what you need to be doing right now, and to not jump too far ahead and to not think too way back. It's more of the moments. The moments are going to really keep you well, keep you here. Okay, so stay in the moment. Let yourself feel that things don't have to actually be a certain way, and just flow with it. Flow with it, and it will fill your cup, it'll fill your heart, and it'll make this festive season so much more than you ever imagined could be right now. And that, my darling, for you beautiful Virgos, is your reading. Hey, gorgeous Librans. Let's tune into your energy and see what Spirit wants to bring you for this beautiful festive season. I just want to say life's good. I just want to say life is sweet. There must be some real beautiful moments for you through this festive season of real gratitude. And it's taken a long time to feel this type of gratitude, but it fills my heart. And I know Spirit really wants to come in. It's all like pouring this beautiful goodness through your heart space right now. And it's really, really healing. So you've made either a decision or a life choice, or you've made the appropriate changes to really help you flow so much nicer. So much nicer. I feel like words are coming to you that are a bit more nurturing and caring. And I feel as though you're observing and really seeing other people's points of view without jumping down their throat or stopping them in their tracks or thinking about what you're going to say next or anything like that. I feel like you're really taking a turn to really feeling into being more receptive and connected to others. But the only reason this is happening is because you've done it to yourself, for yourself. Let's get some cards. Soulmate. Ooh. Retreat. Ooh. And romance. Interesting. I'm feeling some love for you, my beautiful Librans. And you know what? This doesn't even have to be somebody else. I feel like you've taken a bit of liking to yourself. You've given yourself some real beautiful nurturing times. You've given yourself some real nurturing attention. So whether or not you've been getting your nails done, or you did your greys, or you gave yourself a break, a holiday, you gave yourself some extra, a paycheck, or you've done something here where you've rewarded yourself, but you've done it out of gratitude. You've done it like you know you've earned it, you've deserved it, and you're really filling your cup with this. And what happens when you do that is you attract like energy, like-minded people. So when you're feeling good about yourself, you absolutely pull in people that are at the same vibration and the same frequency. So you're getting cards like soulmate, you're getting cards like retreat, and you're getting cards like romance. And when we combine the three here, it feels as if you're really giving yourself that self-worth, self-love, and nurturing. Some of you may very well be in relationships already, and you're feeling just this sense of connection, and it's deep. But it could also be that you're in a relationship and you know that it's time to move on. You know it's time about the two of, and it's not yucky or anything. It's more like you're knowing your soul paths, and you're knowing that you want to move into separate directions, but it's out of growth. It's not out of resentment or anything like that. So you're either falling in love with yourself, you're either falling deeper into a relationship, or you've come to a point in your relationship where you know you've got to choose to walk. And when you walk, it's for growth and it's out of respect. I don't feel as though I'm in a point here of wanting to escape or you know, not, yeah, I don't feel that negativity here. But in that space also, there's a time for you to have connection with yourself, to retreat inside, to see how you're feeling. Because in this self-love, you're choosing you. And it feels delightful. It feels really nice. It feels like about time. And then the romance is inevitable, regardless of your situation. You know, and I feel like you could be romancing yourself. And when you romance yourself, other people around you see your energy, feel your energy, and match it. And I feel as though the festive season is going to be filled of absolute love. Love, love, love. Let yourself be open to that and enjoy it, because about time, you deserve it, right? And that, my beautiful Librans, is your reading for the festive season. Okay, Scorpio. What is it that you guys need from Spirit this festive season? I feel a little bit heavy in my head in this reading. I feel as though there may very well have been some headaches or some neck aches or something here physically that's maybe preventing me from feeling my best self. And I know Spirit's coming in just to I want to have a massage. I want to just stretch my neck, and I just want to take a moment and not be too rushed to do anything right here, right now. I want to feel into just how I'm feeling, contemplate, and just take a moment just to catch my breath. That's how I feel that needs to happen through the festive season. And I feel like there's been plenty of breaks. I don't feel like you've just gone hammer and tong the entire year. I feel as though you've taken your, due diligence to rebuild and regroup. But I just feel like there's been a consistent drive that has been hard to switch off even when you're taking downtime. So I feel as though this festive season is going to be really nice just to catch your breath, catch a little bit of sunshine or, nature walks, that type of stuff. And I feel as though you're really going to allow yourself to soak that in and come back into the new year refreshed. Let's get some cards for you. We have ideas and inspiration. Focus. And manifestation. This feels as though this is the year that's been already. And I feel as though you've had plenty of ideas. Plenty of ideas. I feel like they're flowing still for the new year. But this is where Spirit's saying it's safe for you to hold back. It's safe for you to just have a moment to catch your breath. It's safe for you to take a moment. And we all know when we are full on all the time and we don't take a rest, that Spirit will, or the universe will, force us to take that rest. And the thing is, you've got so many ideas. They're brilliant. There's so many that's like you want to delegate and dish out all your ideas to other people so that your ideas don't go to waste, because you're doing everything you can be doing right here, right now. But I feel like Spirit's taking your hand and saying, here's your ideas book. Just write in it. Keep your ideas in there. Just for a few months. Leave them in there without having to share them or give them out freely, because when you do that, sometimes people hear them and forget you've ever told them, and a few months later pop up with an idea, and guess what, it's yours. And then they come up with it like it's theirs. And the thing is, it can be and it is theirs because you've sort of sat on it for so long and you've said it, but you've done nothing about it. So all of a sudden it's like this bubble idea that's from your head into their head. And it might be 6 months, it might be 2 years later, whenever. And you're like, but that was my idea. And it was interesting. I was running a class last night and I was talking about this exact point, and Spirit's showing me it again. And I know very well that you've got this pull that once you've got an idea, you've got to put it out there. You've got to tell someone. You've got to make sure somebody's doing it and get things done. But it's time to pull back a little bit and maybe just jot them down and have a little ideas book going. And if you wish to gift that idea to someone, you give it to them one-on-one rather than just talking about them left, right, and center. Now, this may not resonate with all of you, but it feels as though it's quite significant in the energy that I'm picking up today for you. Now, you've got the focus card as well. Now, the interesting thing here is what I see is if you have a look at that beautiful wreath of flowers in their lap, it's so beautiful, and I feel as though that's your creation. But I also see that the focus is elsewhere. So Spirit's going to bring in a lot of strength for you to just stay focused on the one thing and not all the other things. You can pop them in your little ideas book, but I just feel as though in this energy that when you feel the energy to, you're compelled to do something, and you want to respond, that's the best time to get your ideas up and running, like on a new moon rather than on a full moon. Full moon's all about, release and forgiveness. New moon's about moving forward and manifesting, which is your next card, manifestation. So using the moon for your flow, especially in 2025, is going to take the successes in 2024 almost on steroids, because you've achieved so much. You're consistent, you're mindful, you're compassionate, and passionate, like all the things that is excellent for being of use. But in 2025, you take this next level because Spirit wants to come in and give you that time over the festive season to really just switch off, to really ground, to really connect and breathe. When anything pops up that you don't want to miss out on, pop it in your little book and leave it there. That's what this reading's for. And that's what Spirit's going to help you with through the festive season. And that, my darling Scorpios, is your reading. All right, the beautiful Sagittarius. Happy birthday, guys. You're in your birthday at the moment, aren't you? Or just, yep. Oh, happy birthday, Sag. Some of you found your birthdays recently a little bit much. It's interesting because you love a celebration. But this year it felt like it was just too much. Whether or not you didn't want to celebrate it, or you just had too much on, or you couldn't be bothered bothering people. Like, it just felt different this year for you guys. It's a different type of feeling. And that's just an awareness that Spirit just wants to bring it to my attention. Now, my lower back is, I'm being drawn to that. I feel as though there's a little bit of pressure there. So lower back, energetically, spiritually, is related to not feeling supported. It's related to sometimes finances. And it feels as though there's a lack of either at the moment, whether it be finances or support or both, here in your energy. And it's something that's really, and it could be why you didn't feel like celebrating as much as usual. Not too sure, but that's what Spirit's giving me. But let's get you some cards. We get the abundance card, we get the trust card, and nature card. So the first card we get is abundance. So you would have heard, no doubt, if you've seen my videos before, I say a million times the famous words from Dr. Joe Dispenza: where our focus goes, our energy flows. Now, I feel as though Spirit's really coming in to help you get clear and a bit more focusing on where you want to go rather than when you don't want to go. Because when we get very narrow focused, we zoom into something, I feel as though there's been a little bit of obsessive thoughts here. I feel as though there's been times where you fixate on things and you know you're doing it, you're aware of it, but you can't break it. And Spirit's coming in to give you a few solutions here. It's going to be much more healing this festive season for you. based on where you've been just recently. It feels just like a recent type of murkiness, to be honest. And they're bringing in the abundance card, because where our focus goes, our energy flows. So when we focus on what we want to call in, what we want to create, rather than what we don't want, we're going to get more of that. And Spirit's coming in, and that feels, they're even playing the beautiful, and look, I don't even know what that is. It looks like a guitar, but it'd be some sort of other type of stringed instrument, I'm sure. But either way, it plays music. So music's very important for you to bring up your energy from here to here. So whether it be singing, whether it be dancing, whether it be just having music in the background, it's very important for you, because it's been a little bit dark, and you're getting into a place of trusting the process. And when we trust, I see clients all the time, and a lot of 9 times out of 10, what they're working through is being able to come and surrender and trust me to give them a reading, trust me to, know their deep and dark secrets, being an EFT practitioner, trust them to lie on my table and give them a Reiki. Like it's actually a big deal to let somebody in when you're in a vulnerable state. And it feels as though that's where you've been, and coming into even trusting the system, trusting, all the things, or trusting yourself even not to blurt, or trusting yourself not to stay quiet. Like there's so many things here, and Spirit's really letting you know. And it's really interesting how we're looking to the side in here. This one's looking to the side as well. And your next card is nature, again, looking to the side. And it feels like none of them are looking forward. So Spirit's now going like this to you. Check it out. There's a future right there. Check it out. There's options right there. Check it out. Had to do it one more time. But look forward. Look forward to things. Look forward to this festive season. Look forward to next year's birthday. The thing is, Spirit wants to come in and let you know that there are things to look forward to. Where your energy goes, where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where's your focus? Because if it's sideways, that's where your energy's going. If it's forward, that's where you're headed. And that, my darling, for my beautiful Sagittarius, is your reading. My little Capricorns, you are the ones that have the Christmas birthdays, aren't you? Well, it's coming up to your birthday. It's coming up through this festive season. And in that time, it can be a little, I feel like some of you have been ripped off with your birthday being around, Christmas, New Year's Eve, your whole life almost getting pushed to the side because it's your birthday around that time. Now, that could be my personal opinion, but that's what Spirit's showing me. How very interesting. All of a sudden, I'm seeing this big breadstick. So I don't know what this breadstick means. General reading, take what resonates, but I feel like I want to break the bread. I want to break the bread. I want to celebrate, and I'm happy actually to share my birthday with all the festivities. And it may very well be the first time in a long time that you're happy to surrender to it. Interesting. I don't know what all that means, but I'm going to leave it with you. Let's continue. I'm going to pull some cards for you. All right, we have the freedom. Then we have support. And lastly, we have new love. It's a really big, fresh year for you. It's a really big, fresh year for you. You're going into it with a whole different point of view. You've shifted through some belief systems, some old stories that no longer resonate with you. And it could very well be that you're undeserving of love. You're undeserving of fun. You're undeserving of change. You're undeserving of fun things, whatever it might be. But the real big one is the freedom. The freedom comes in. Now, what I'm seeing here is so many people here. I mean, look, this chick here's even got her boobs out. Like, she's like, whoa, I don't need bras to support me. I can support myself. And it's interesting because when I say that, we do have the support card next, right? So the support is within yourself. The support is within yourself. Let me say that again. Now, you do have the people that you can call upon, but if you have a look at this, all those little people are different versions of you. Different versions of you. Now, I know that when we're born, we have a spirit guide that's there from birth to death. Our entire time, the same spirit guide. But we also have spirit guides at different times in our life. Maybe when we started school, they might be there for a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 10 years. Then again, there'll be another event, like maybe when we have someone that passes away when we're younger for the first time that we experience something like that. Maybe we have spirit guide there when we're doing something like graduating from school, our first love, marriage, becoming a parent, whatever it might be. We've got spirit guides that come at different times of our life. Now, that's what I'm seeing here. Different versions of you. Now, you always had the spirit help. You've always had the support, and you've known this. You've known this because I know that most of you have already awakened that spirit connection where you can feel when spirit's around. You know, you've got that innate connection already happening. Now, it's time that in your freedom, you let yourself support yourself, but you call in the like-minded people. I feel like there's almost a spiritual awakening going on for you right now. I feel as though you're in a point of your life where you're questioning everything and everyone, but not in a demanding, rebellious way. It's more in an inquisitive and a playful way. And you're just, everything's brand new. I feel like there's a rebirth in you. Now, those of you that are looking for love, yes, it's coming. It's very much here. It's matching your frequency right now, but you've got the new love card. And it could be someone else. It could be you, but I feel like it's a new lease on life. It could be that you've overcome addiction. It could be that you've overcome an abusive relationship. It could be that you've overcome, bankruptcy. But something here is a victory. And I feel like the freedom's always been within you. The support's always within you. And sure, there's times and places to ask for assistance and receive that assistance. And you may very well be at the start of all of this, but it already feels done. It already feels like you've succeeded. It already feels like you're free. And these are your cards, and this is what's happening through this festive season for you. You're gaining that freedom. You're gaining that confidence. And that, my darling Capricorns, is your reading for the festive season. All right, you gorgeous Aquarians, you. The world through your eyes is a magical place. The world through your eyes is equally a scary place. The world through your eyes is whatever you see. But you have an innate wisdom and an innate ability to create your universe exactly how you see fit. And through this festive season, you're really going to make the most of it. It's going to be a time that you can absolutely, for the first time in a long time, make it on your terms. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I know that it's a time that you're going to show up when you want, have downtime when you want, be with loved ones when you want, hop in the car and just drive off when you want. Like, it just feels as though through the festive season, you're going to have it on your terms. Let's get some cards. Body care. Blessings. And meditation. You're really taking the time to set up your boundaries more than ever This is a really interesting energy that I'm getting with you. I feel like I have to sit back a little bit and get a better, broader spectrum and broader view. I feel as though I'm happy to go to festivities. I'm happy to go to outings. I'm happy to do whatever. It's not going there. It's just when I get there, it's going to be on my terms. I'm going to talk to you as much as I like. I'm going to sit in the corner and just observe as much as I like. I'm going to leave when I like. I'll turn up. But it's going to be on my terms. And I'm okay with that because I want to have a little bit of everything this festive season. And in that, body care just comes up straight away because you know your limits. There's a bit of a detox going on here. So whether or not you're cutting out sugars, you're cutting back on alcohol, you're potentially not having junk food on the weekdays anymore or something like that. It's not a major detox, but it's certainly something that you're mindful of because you feel better when you do these small little things. They're small little victories because you like to create your world and create your universe on your terms. You like the control, so you like to feel better knowing that you're the one that did it. You like to reward yourself. And all of this is beautiful because this festive season, Spirit's coming in to show you when you look after yourself, you receive the accolades, you receive the blessings. Because you like to rely on yourself. You don't really like to rely on the other people. Doesn't mean you don't love them or anything. It's just that you don't want them to feel as if they're part of your... that they're necessary. That's what it is. Of course you want them to feel loved. But you want to be self-sufficient. That's what it's about. And it's almost like this festive season, Spirit wants to come in and let you know that they can see you and they know how much work you've done. And you're going to feel really satisfied, self-satisfied. It's a beautiful time. Beautiful time. And because things are going to be on your terms, your space, you know, all those things, self-reflection, meditation is going to be a big player, big part of it. Some of you don't even meditate. Some of you wouldn't even know how to meditate. But I'll tell you right now, my beautiful Aquarians, you're already meditating. It's something that you do daily in those deep daydreams, in that vision when you know what you're going to do next. You already see it. You know how it's going to play out. You're already manifesting. You're already meditating. So keep doing that. But when you sit and mindfully meditate, it takes you to the next level. It can take you to a next realm. It can take you to all different places. Some of you would also be exploring what to do in your dreams as well. Whether or not you're having the same dream as somebody else or you're meeting up with friends in the dream world. It feels as though there's real big healings happening on the astral plane. So be open when you go to sleep to say, okay, Spirit, give me my healing. Let me know what I need to know while I sleep and I'll remember when I wake up in the morning. But I will say, when you do wake up in the morning, write down on a piece of paper before you put your feet on the ground what it is that you receive so you don't forget. Because when we touch the ground, we can disconnect and we ground, basically. And we come back into the physical. And then we can forget a lot of the stuff that happens on the astral. So Aquarians, the festive season for you is going to be that boundary setting, that beautiful manifesting space, and it's going to be on your terms. So don't be afraid to get out there, because if you have had enough, you can just leave. And that, my darling, is your reading. All right, you little fishies, little Pisces. Ooh, what's going on with you guys? Let me feel into that. I feel as though you could be making Christmas presents this year, not so much spending money. I feel like you're getting a little bit creative and maybe more experiences than gifts. Let's get some cards for you. I've got spiritual growth. I've got Archangel Michael. And we've got serenity. I feel as though you're taking a lot of peace out of the simple things in life. I feel as though it's a time for you over the festive season to really just breathe deeply and just take a moment not rush. I feel as though you'll be seeing the beautiful colours in flowers as they blossom, or you'll have a look at the beautiful bee sit on the flower and really watch what's going on, rather than just whiz past and just not even notice anything that's happening around you. I feel like the deep connections and the conversations with your friends and family will be quite nourishing. I feel as though this time for you is really connecting with what it is that makes you tick. So with our first card, we get spiritual growth. Now, of the zodiac, you've got a lot of intuition, right? There's always something. Spirituality could be your something that you could almost be addicted to. And it's interesting because you've got some balance going on in the recent times, right? And in the future. So you're really getting one foot in the spiritual world and one foot in the physical world quite nicely. But I feel as though there's still more work to be done. And over the festive season, there's going to be conversations, there's going to be gatherings that you'll be invited to that you didn't expect an invite. You didn't expect that somebody actually wanted you there. And when you turn up, it feels right. But it's still in your head. You're like, are they sure they wanted me? Was that an accident to invite me? And should I really go? And when you go there, it's going to feel right. And this is all part of your spiritual growth, because as you experience things that usually would keep you disconnected or dreamy in your own, spiritual world, coming back to the physical plane, so to speak, mindfully, is going to help you with your spiritual growth. Because the next card we get is Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is a great healer. So you'll find that some of you have done a lot of healing in the past year or two, and called in Archangel Michael for your protector. And he wants to come in fully to protect you, to know that you can be safe and vulnerable in the human world. You can come out of the clouds, you can put your feet on the ground, and you can connect with people and talk about normal things. And that's okay, and it's safe for you to be vulnerable and have topics of conversation that you're not familiar with, that you don't have to be an expert in, and really come back down to earth for the festive season, because Spirit really wants you to have this human existence as well. And Archangel Michael is one of the biggest protectors that we have, and he's bringing you here. He's helping you come into the physical fully, instead of being always head up in the clouds and that type of thing, and come and down and be real and raw and safe in that. Because then we have the serenity, and the serenity is all about the balance. And here you'll see all the flowers again, and just like you'll be able to stop and you'll see the flowers, and you'll see like the bees sitting in the flowers and pollinating and all those things, and it will make sense why you had to have that type of experience through the festive season, to allow yourself to be fully in your body. Fully in your body sometimes scares the shit out of you, because you just want to sort of see you later, I can't deal with this, I'm just going to disconnect, and off you go. And all your archangels, all your past loved ones, all your spirit team are saying, it's okay, it's safe, come on down. Be here for the festive season, connect with your people. Go places you wouldn't usually go. See how that feels. Let yourself experience it. Experience this life. Let yourself. And that, my beautiful Pisces, is your reading for the festive season. Thank you very much for tuning in to our beautiful festive season readings for all the star signs. I am Voice for Spirit, Connie Rose. And if you enjoyed your readings, I would love any comments below, any things that you're getting up to over the festive season, or how your readings resonated with you. Don't forget to check out the description with all my links to my upcoming events if you'd like a reading with myself in person or online, and all those things that I offer. Thank you very much. Have the most safest, beautifulest festive season. Until next time, I'm Voice for Spirit, Connie Rose. Peace out.